It has chases, it has near explosions, it has flamethrowers. I mean, that's all the stuff I look for when I see a movie. And I make most of my choices on movies of what I would want to see in the theater.
We are 1 week away from the opening of 30 Minutes or Less.
It's the biggest budget movie ever filmed here in West Michigan, and our movie guy Aaron Lafferty is giving us a behind-the-scenes look at the production today.
Yeah.
Hi, Aaron.
This is fun. 1 week away from the like you said, the biggest budget movie we've ever seen in West Michigan, and unfortunately, it might be one of the last big budget movies we see here. So this is kind of a push to get people. Let's go see the movie in the theaters. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. They filmed here for 3 months last year in Grand Rapids, a little bit in Ludington, but mostly Grand Rapids, from August through October last year. Unfortunately, we weren't able to sit down with the actors and the director and all those people while they were in town. But while the movie was still shooting last summer, they did sit down and talk to the production company about their characters, the movie, their experiences, and I've put some of those clips together for you today.
Wide all around. 37, take 8.
Sound speed.
Hey, Mark.
You, Mark.
Settle.
The premise of the film is that Jesse Eisenberg's character, Nick, is a pizza delivery guy that gets a bomb strapped on him by Danny McBride's character, and is told he has to rob a bank and get him $100,000. And I play Jesse's character's best friend and have to help him do this.
The characters are real and the emotions are real and the relationships are dealt with honestly, and so I think it'll tell this really kind of entertaining story, but not in a way that ever compromises the people that are inside of it.
I initially read the script and I just thought the idea of doing a comedy centered around a bank robbery was such a cool idea that hadn't been done before.
When I first read it, I thought it was really funny. I liked the tone of it a lot. I thought it just seemed like it was nuts, a movie where a guy runs around the whole time with a bomb on his chest. It just seemed like a pretty crazy setup for a comedy.
It's really hard to find directors who have a great aesthetic and eye for shots and style, you know what I mean, but also like are really good with comedy and trusting the performers and open to, having people collaborate and give ideas for the comedy and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so hard to find, and Ruben really encompasses all of that, which is great.
Cut!
The action component of it, to me, it's just something that elevates like a straightforward comedy and takes it to another level. So if you have a car chase or a flamethrower or whatever it is that is a part of this film that elevates it to bring it to the next level, the bank robbery is heightening the circumstances of the comedy. So if you have people having like a really funny conversation in the midst of a car chase or like in the midst of a bank robbery, it just takes the comedy up a notch, and I think it just raises stakes and everything.
Pretty big set pieces where we'd have a long strip of road and 20 stunt drivers all driving around me, and I'm supposed to kind of weave in and out of them, and the crew is I think oftentimes fearful for their lives because I'm not such a great driver, but they allowed me to drive, and no one was injured.
I like to do a lot of takes so that people have the time to try different things. We might have like 6 versions of one joke between all the different takes, and just want to make sure that we get all the best stuff in that we can, and really allow the actors the freedom to try anything. And when you have really funny people, they tend to bring a lot to the table and just elevate the material and come up with stuff on the day that's just hilarious.
I had never worked with Nick before. But I was a fan of his work, and he's a funny dude. I like him a lot. I've had a great time stomping around this junkyard with him, and I think, honestly, when the film's over with, we're really thinking about trying to rob a bank for real together, because I feel like we just have such good chemistry here. It just feels like it would translate into the real world that we could do this.
We shot this crazy finale for the movie where there's a showdown with all the characters. We finally come together, and just some crazy stuff goes down involving flamethrowers, people getting set on fire. It was awesome. It looks so cool. It's one of the things I'm most excited about in the movie.
I'm kind of curious to see how this whole fireball thing turns out that I'm about to shoot in a couple minutes, where I'm going to be physically on fire. So I hope that turns out okay.
You hear that horn? That means someone just got lit on fire.
We're going to need $100 grand. Go ahead and tell them about the bomb vest.
There's a little remote detonator on the back. We can trigger at any time by dialing a number. Boop, 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 boop.
Allow me to make a little demonstration for you. Pay attention to the cuddly bear there on the barrel. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, bear. How's it going? What do you mean you couldn't rob the bank? It was too hard? Well, that's a shame, my stuff buddy, because time is up. Whew. I like that bear. I don't even know you.
Oh my gosh, that looks hilarious.
Yes. It's in theaters next week, 30 minutes or less. Actually, on Monday, I get to go to a screening, and so next week I'll get to tell you guys how it is.
Oh, great.
So.
Well, wow. A lot of action there and a lot of comedy. There's some great, phenomenal actors in this
And
film.
a reminder, this is an R-rated movie, so not for the little kids. Obviously, you've got some violent themes going on there, but language.
I'm gonna admit, I must have been living under a rock at the time of this filming, because I'm sitting here seeing the previews thinking, wow, that movie looks great. Looks like a really funny movie, and I had no idea.
And oh, by the way, it was shot in West Michigan.
So now it makes it even more to go see it. So.
Yeah. So they spent 3 months here, a lot of money. They did shoot a little bit up in Ludington, but mostly in Grand Rapids.
And this is the biggest film that has, in the history, been shot here in West Michigan, so you definitely don't want to miss this one.
Both in time and money, the biggest production. So
Very cool. Well, I'm very excited to see this, and I'm looking forward to your review.
Yeah, next Friday.
All right. Cool. I'm looking forward to it too. Great actors, like I said. Don't go away. We'll be right back.